Hello everyone, welcome to Learn the Strategy with Alfa-PTE.com. Today we'll be talking about a very important question of the writing module, which is essay writing. So let's discuss what is an essay in detail. For this type of question, you need to write a 200 to 300 word argumentative essay in response to a prompt. Now, most of the time it is an argumentative essay, but sometimes you have problem solution, both sides and all the other types. So we'll discuss all of them in detail. Your task is to write a 200 to 300 word essay on a given topic. And you'll be assessed on your writing skills. That means you will not get marks in any other module. The length of the question is not fixed. It can be as short as just one short simple sentence or as long as 2 to 3 sentences. But the different types of essay that you would have are already there on the portal alfa-pte.com. Log in and have a look, go through all the different types of essays that you can expect during your PTE exam. You will have 20 minutes to answer your question. So anyone who is moving from IELTS to PTE will have this challenge, because in IELTS they will be familiar with 40 minutes time that they will get to solve the essay, but they also have to remember that essay is not so scoring as it is in IELTS when it comes to PTE. So make sure you don't spend too much time. And in writing module, like we've already discussed, you have individual timer. Every question has its own time. So if you have one essay, you have 20 minutes. You click next. If you have one more essay, you get another 20 minutes to solve them. So make sure you form your ideas, you write your essay, and you go through, you cross-check your mistakes within these 20 minutes, because as soon as your 20 minutes are over, your microphone will be your computer screen will freeze and you will not be able to type or remove anything. So you will just have to click next. Let's discuss some more points about an essay. So write essay is a long answer writing item type which tests your ability to write a persuasive or argumentative essay on any given topic in 20 minutes. You will have 1 or maximum 2 questions, and you will have 4 to 8 marks depending on the number of questions, and you will be scored on the basis of partial credit. So it's no right or wrong. So you have 20 minutes to write your essay, and the word count at the bottom of the screen counts the number of words you write. Make sure you write a minimum of 200 words but not more than 300 words. You don't have to manually count it, so keep an eye on the word count and see whether you are within the word limit. In PTE, you don't have to worry about writing a lot. 201 or 299 doesn't make a difference. The computer will only check whether you are within the word limit. If you write 210 words properly without any mistakes, you will still get full marks. Okay? So don't worry about writing a lot, write correct essay. Before you write anything, note keywords in the prompt. Just see what the topic is, what key points you need to mention, what ideas you can formulate before you actually start writing. So plan your essay before you start writing. Because a lot of people, when they start writing without planning, they keep stopping in the middle and they think what to do next. You end up wasting a lot more time. So do not do that. Just plan before you start. Essay prompts can be written in a number of ways. So, for example, you may need to discuss whether you agree or disagree with a statement. It's better to use a fixed structure to get the most marks easily. That's the easiest way. So, your marking criteria, you'll get marks on the basis of content, form, grammar, and spelling. You'll also have to keep an eye on development of the structure, what kind of language range you're using, and your vocabulary range. Okay? So if you are able to deal with all the prompts properly that are mentioned in the question, then you get marks in content. If you are taking care of the word limit, then you get marks in the form. If you're using a good structure and you are writing it properly, then you get marks in development, structure, and coherence. Grammar is pretty self-explanatory. If you don't make any grammatical errors, your sentence formation is correct, then you get good marks. If you're using wide range of words, different vocabulary, high vocab words, then you get good marks in linguistic range and vocabulary range. Also use good structures when you're formulating your sentences. Make sure you do not do a lot of spelling mistakes because the penalties are really high in PTE. The score on your essay is based on 7 factors. Content, like we've already discussed. If your response is addressing the topic which is given, that means you're not writing something out of the blue which was not mentioned in the topic, then you get good marks. All right. So best response are on topic, which contain logical and specific information, and they also support any arguments with details. So as such, it's not compulsory to write examples, so you don't have to worry about that. Grammar, if your English response is correct with correct grammatical usage, and if it is consistent with the control of standard written English, if you're using your punctuations properly, and all these things make your grammar. Development, structure, and coherence checks your demonstrative response, your development of ideas, and your structure. That's the reason why, to take care of your grammar and your development, I always suggest using a fixed structure, because they're all. But when you use a fixed structure, remember it has to be 100% correct. Again, form is just being within your word limit, not going beyond your word limit or not being less than your word limit. Okay. General linguistic range, it checks whether your response uses language that clearly shows your ideas. It is determined by your language, the response that you use to communicate your ideas, your description and the meanings and the complex sentences, the structures, and all these things, they form your linguistic range. Vocabulary range, it is checked by seeing the words that you use, whether they are high vocab words, if you have correct idiomatic expressions, if you're using good academic terms, if you're using proper synonyms for the topic. All these things take care of your vocabulary range. Again, this is taken care by your fixed structure. Spellings, it is on the basis of your correct and consistent use of single spelling convention. So PTE Academy recognizes English spelling conventions from the United States, the UK, Australia, and Canada. However, one spelling type should be used consistently in a given response. You can't go back and forth. Most common ones are British and American spelling, so you can't start with a British spelling, then write an American spelling, then come back to British. Every switch will be counted as a spelling mistake. So in one response, you are expected to use only one spelling type. You have to be mindful of the instructions. That is, for example, your word limit. Read the topic well and know which kind of question it is. Make sure you write in correct academic English language. And try not to write in pointers or bullets, because that is not how your essay should look. Your essay should have proper paragraphs, introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. That's how it is supposed to be. Write in clear and concise paragraphs. Do not try to elaborate too much, because you don't have that much time. When people elaborate a lot, they end up missing out on rereading or reviewing what they have written. A lot of times they will still be writing in the body paragraph, the time will be over, they won't be able to finish and write a conclusion, so their structure will be incomplete. So do not try to expand too much. Stay away from a language that is excessively complicated. If you are writing an essay on your own, do not use complex structures. If you don't know how to use them, keep it simple. Plan your essay before you start writing. Many people use up all the available time just trying to write their essays because they keep changing their ideas. Okay, so you don't do that. Just plan what you will be writing before you start writing. Use a good structure because you won't be able to decide, compose, and check everything within 20 minutes. Brush up on your academic vocabulary. If you are not using a fixed structure, then it's very important to use good vocabulary when you're writing an essay. When you have composed your essay, leave a couple of minutes to read what you have written and to make further changes. It's quite possible that you have made some mistakes when you wrote it initially. So you need to read it before you click next and pay attention to these things. Watch what you have composed carefully, and a lot of people just lose their way and they just try to beat around the bush and they don't know what to do next. Don't repeat the same point again and again. Every single time I check a lot of essays, I found this a very common technique. People keep repeating the same idea again and again. So don't do it. When you start an argument, create it completely and close it. Try not to continue bouncing on it in the next paragraph. Check for grammar mistakes, sentence structures, and punctuations before you click next. Let's discuss what are the different types of essays. In PTE, the most common essay that you will have is agree-disagree. In an agree-disagree essay, you either agree with the statement, disagree with the statement, or give your opinion, which contains a balanced approach. And this is also called an opinion-based essay or a one-sided essay. So you can't select everything. You have to go in one track and give your opinion. This is the most common essay in PTE. Then you have both-sided essays. They require a different approach because you have to discuss both points. So you don't have to take one side. You have to say what is good and what is bad, what are advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons, merits and demerits, benefits and drawbacks. So that's what they will ask. They will give you a topic and they'll ask you to discuss them. The last but not the least, problem solution. Here you need to discuss the problem and provide possible solutions. So they'll give you a problem, say for example, what is pollution? Give us steps to deal with this problem. So only then it's a problem solution essay. If they don't ask for a solution, then it's not a problem solution essay. A lot of times they ask, is a brain drain a problem? Discuss. So brain drain means educated people moving out of their home countries and going to developed countries. That's called brain drain. So is it a problem or not? Discuss. It's one-sided essay. You either say yes, it is a problem, or no, it's not a problem. This is not a problem solution essay, guys. Problem solution is simply when they give a problem and ask for solution. Apart from that, it's not problem solution. Then I am not going to discuss the structures for these three types of essays today. So you need to watch our next videos to understand how various templates are to be used to improve your score in essay writing. They're tried and tested templates and they could make essay writing very simple and easy. We do not provide any templates until and unless we use them in the real exam a lot of times, and we get perfect score with these structures. So you can trust them and you can practice them, but let me remind you, you have to practice them exactly as it is shown. All right, so practice this question with artificial intelligence scoring on alfa-pte.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. Follow us on our Facebook page for regular updates. Join our Telegram group for free assessment. Have a good one.